Okay, everyone, it's Mark again. So this is I mentioned this earlier, it's like 24 by 48. So let me show you. Oh, and then on this side, remember I've talked about the trees out there. They have these very mature trees here. So this is the backyard. I mean, you see the house and the deck over there. It is septic, so it's out here and it flows kind of to that other side of the house. But they've got this nice kind of rock area that goes down here, goes all the way down. Some very mature trees, so you get some shade. Very nice there. It's a lot of grass, some bird things down there. So I'll come back to that. It does have, and we kind of share this with the next door neighbor, but I'll do it real quick here. So there's the driveway way down there, and you come up and there's crepe myrtles already there, which is, I'd always wanted to do that anyway. So that's phenomenal. They're already mature. But the road comes up and then there's a round turn, right? So it comes around and goes back in. And then there's the garage on the right for the house and multiple places there to park. So that's phenomenal. And look at that beautiful sky out there. Looks like a good storm over there. So we get a lot of the humidity storms here. We've had a couple, nothing major. They were also telling us up here there's very little light pollution. So we are going to see stars among stars. So that will be very cool. So I'm going into the shop. I'm going to turn the light on. So in the shop, this side is going to be the tack room for the horses, whatever we need. It's actually pretty big. There's some shells already that will stay. I think he's going to leave all his deer head, but he's going to keep them. And we told him we would for him. Hey, we'll keep it. And then when he's ready, he can come get them. That type thing. He's also may leave things like the wheelbarrow, the spray washer, the edger. He may leave other things. They're moving to the beach and he's not going to leave a lot of things or need. So we're going to get some things for free. So that's phenomenal. Even some of the tools, I think. I don't know what. It does have a fan. So there's the wall, here's the door. It does have a fan as well, which is nice to get some air moving. It is heated and there's windows, but there's no air conditioning. But you can see that it has insulation everywhere in the ceiling, in there as well. So let me come over this side. So then this is the bigger side. You got the two doors, more has some antelope, things like that, and some more deer. He's got a bench. Love the fact that there is a sink, and on top of the sink or behind the sink, there is a little bathroom. And if you look at that. That is the one-piece type commode. That thing was expensive, but he was a builder himself. It even has a fan out there, but he was a builder himself, and so that's great. He asked about what stuff he doesn't want, right? And I said, well, just leave it. We'll take it, and then if we don't want it, we'll get rid of it. But there's lots of things that we would use on the farm, on our homestead or whatever you want, our mini farm. So you can see he must be an archer. He's 75. His name's Hugo. Phenomenal guy. I'm not sure all this is. I'm not sure all what's going to stay, but I think like this stays, the wagon, and that's not cheap, so we'll take it. The spreader as well. I'm going to guess this all goes. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe the blower stays. We are looking. He's going to put us an offer for that, for the mower. At least I can say what that is. For the compressor, I think this is compressor, and this is the you guys know what it is. The generator. I'm sorry. And I think already the ladder stays. I think he's going to leave that. If the wood stays, holy crap, there's $1,000 right there, just the way the wood prices are, right? So, but just a beautiful place. So coming back outside, I'm gonna turn everything off. And here's what's funny, Dan and Hannah are taking pictures on the inside. I'm just doing the outside. And the inside of the house is just as good, if not better, than the outside of the house. Just amazing. And so you guys will see that. So I'm doing a lot of this, by the way, again, for everybody, for me, just to kind of see and remember when I get back out west. But I do want to share this with everybody too. As you can tell, there is a lot of grass to mow. Dan will enjoy getting on the mower and doing her thing though. So the roof is new. The air conditioning is new in the last 2 or 3 years. They have multiple internet things, so we'll get there. This is kind of where the septic flows out. There's Anne and Hannah. Hannah's hiding her face. They got the pergola. It's not screened in, but it's nice out there. We can put some lights up and so forth. They also have the slide for DirecTV. He said if we wanted to put in a pool, an in-ground, this would be over here somewhere on this side would be the better one. I don't know if that means the tree would go, but it's such a mature tree. I wouldn't want to put that down, but we could take, well, I wouldn't want to take magnolia out either. We have a magnolia tree, which I think is cool because that reminds me, my granddaddy and Paw and Honey, because they both had magnolias in their yard. But again, our land goes in, well, to the trees here, but back there it goes in even further. And with David having the brush hog, I think we can get rid of some of that kudzu and then see what we need to do. That is, underneath there is a thing that holds the water, and there's a filter so it keeps the water cleaner because it is well water. And we do that, but he's got a nice one there. That's good. That's actually the well. That little fake rock just comes off. Different trees. Now we're going towards the front yard. And the front is pretty big too. Oh, and they do have a rain tree, so there is irrigation on the property. And so the water gets irrigated, which you're in North Carolina. It's kind of crazy. I don't know how much yet, but there's like one right there. I don't know if it all gets it. He says it does about 5 days a week. And here, that's a lot, right? I mean, 5 days a week. And it's going to depend. We'll see how it goes. And I may work on that to see if it's going to rain. Hey, don't do it, but we're good. But it's coming from the well. He said there's plenty of well water, and that's all good. They've done a good job, if you notice, around the house. There's no bushes or things too close. We'll trim that back, but not a big deal. But I like the rock in there because it comes out. I may want to do something out here and put some flowers, but just a very gorgeous thing. It's brick, by the way, as you can see. Again, everything's good. Nice red door, pretty little porch. We probably would have liked a bigger front porch, but it's still gorgeous and it works very well. Again, he's doing a nice job. And then more over there under that one, there's a flagpole over there, another big tree. And then we walk out to the fountain. As you can see, and maybe even hear if I shut up, the fountain actually works. I don't know, I mean, and it stays. So it's, I'm going to assume that I can do something with birds for this and use that to help them get a water source. I think that'll be very cool. I'm also thinking I could put some fruit trees and stuff out here too if I wanted. I mean, this is huge. What we're, just looking at the yard, this is a huge front yard. So again, I love the crepe myrtles that are already lining the street over there. They've been there a while. Just looks great. But a huge yard. It's not too major of a street. It's a major street, but we're about 6 miles from Nashville, North Carolina. So we're out in the country. So there's a neighbor there and there's one there. That's the only neighbors. So this one's right by us, but it's great. They have young kids, it looks like. We actually want to try to meet them and haven't seen them yet. But as you can see, other than that, pretty fields. But there's a kind of a bigger view of the house. I wouldn't even mind putting like white picket fence out here, kind of they do for horse type things. Not put the horse up here, I don't want that. But I think this looks phenomenal. And I think we got a good deal on the house, on the property. It's just in there, Hugo and his wife seem to be very, very nice. And it's been very well maintained. So I think in some cases we just got really lucky. And, we had a house we were looking at and thought we were going to get, and we found out we couldn't breed our dogs. So that didn't work. And then the very next house we look at, it's even better, right? So it's just amazing. But anyway, and again, here's the driveway. The barn here on the right is not ours. That's the neighbors here. I was hoping they were out and I could meet them, but I don't see them right now. But anyway, so that's good. And we will talk to you later. Thanks, everybody.